Today we're going to continue talking about ratios and the relationships. However, today I want your focus to put this, and I want you to write this right on the bottom. Actually, right on top where it says less than 2 ratios. Right on this spot, right here. You see that big blank spot? I want you to write down what this phrase says. I'm going to say it out loud. So that way those that are not here, they can write it down in their notes. So go ahead and write, using precise mathematical language and creating a real world scenario using ratios. On the last scenarios, go ahead and on that word scenarios, take the S off. And once you're done writing, go ahead and just hold your pencil up so I know that you're finished. You guys, all you had to do was just copy this using precise mathematical language and creating a real-world scenario using ratios. So exercise 1. All you have to do is come up with 2 examples of ratio relationships that are interesting to you. Now when I ask that question, I want you to think about what we did on Friday. Or how we were comparing things. Okay, I want you to figure out and look back at your notes from Friday and see what was it that was interesting to you as far as ratio relationships, okay? I'm going to work with Karen over here. I'm going to give you guys around 5 minutes to do that, to talk to people. And who else? Shane and Karen. Shane, go ahead and take a seat right here for right now so I can work with both of you guys. And I'm going to give you guys around 5 minutes. Starting now. Alright, and you can fill it out on number 1 too. There's actually 2 of them. So I want 2 examples of a ratio relationship. And Abraham started off with a very powerful phrase. What was that phrase he just said? He started off. Was it Lolly? What did you say? Okay, remember that? For every. So think about it. But you get to come up with the numbers this time. So what we did is go ahead and look at this part of the exercise. Or pretty much what this exercise is. My own ratio compares. So let's compare 2 things. Let's don't even worry about numbers. Let's compare 2 things. What do you want to compare? Anything. Clothes, colors. Okay, for colors, what's 2 colors? my own ratio compares how many people are wearing there. 200 people are wearing. There you go. So what do you want to compare? Okay, what kind of food? Sushi and ramen. I'm going to write that. So my own ratio compares. What do you want to compare? Like how many people like it, how many people eat it, how many people don't like it. Okay, so go ahead and write that. My own ratio compares how many people like. What was the first one you said? Sushi. Okay. It's a little too quiet here, ladies and gentlemen. I want you guys talking to each other. Share what you have, both examples, to each other. I'm giving you permission to speak in class.
I never thought I would hear a teacher say it's too quiet.
Exactly. I don't like that. I want you guys talking to each other.
It's too quiet. Start talking.
Yes. Thank you. Share your thoughts. Share your examples. Okay, what ratio would you have? What kind of numbers? What would the numbers be? How many freshmen and freshmen? So do they just use colon? What else do they use? Huh? There's 2 absent, Donald's 3 absent, there's 4 absent, so 31 minus 4 is 27. Alright. 5 to 5 ratio. I gotta create sense. Alright, quick question. Because Shane wasn't here, let me just tell this up really quick. He wasn't here on Friday. How many of you guys have ever had sushi? Okay, how many of you guys have ever had ramen? You can only choose one. You can only choose one. So I want you to count when I ask this question, okay? Actually, I want you to ask. I want you to ask the first question you put. So how many people like what?
How many people like sushi?
Go ahead and count. How many? All right, I'm going to write the number 11. Right there on my ratio. Okay, ask your next question, Shane.
And how many people like ramen?
You can't vote twice.
What?
You cannot vote twice.
What is
Ramen, like soup, noodles. Just regular ramen. It doesn't matter if it's the one that's in the plastic bag or the restaurant.
I know that. I don't know what.
How many was it, Shane? 10? So your ratio would be 11, but then you see you can either use the word the colons or you can use the word 2. So 11 to what?
11 to 10.
There we go, 11 to 10.
Who here likes McDonald's?
We're not comparing that right now, though. So hold on. All right, let's see what 2 examples of ratio relationships are interesting to you. And it can be anything you want. We're comparing anything you want. Remember, this is not just like numbers. We're comparing something. For example, it could be fish, it could be pets, it could be animals, it can be those who went to Comic-Con, those who didn't go to Comic-Con, those who like Comic-Con, those who don't like Comic-Con.
I've never been to
Go. See? So it could be one of the 2. So let me go ahead and choose 3 people, and I want you to read out loud. This is the Class Dojo for you still. So make sure you're done. Saul. the first one you have? What's the first example?
How many people here have glasses? And I already know. So
Well, is that just it? How many people compare to what? You have to
how
compare.
many people don't have glasses?
So many people wear glasses, how many people don't wear glasses? Raise your hand if you have glasses on right now. Or if you wear glasses.
Used to.
Okay. How many people is that, so? I count. Yes, I do. I'm wearing glasses right now.
8.
8. Okay. That was an example. Andrew, what is a ratio relationship that is interesting to you?
For every 13 people who like to draw, there are 2 people who don't like to.
For every 13 people who like to draw, there are how many?
2 that don't.
That don't like to draw. So basically, what's interesting is drawing. People that are, okay. All right, and last one. Alicia.
For every person who has a water bottle on their desk, there are people who don't have water bottles on their desk.
Okay, and comparing water bottles. Is comparing hard, ladies and gentlemen?
No.
Is asking people the actual, like the numbers, is it hard?
No.
No, it's not. And then you can notice the patterns every time you double it up. It's almost like if you know how to multiply by 2, and if you can compare things, and you know ratios. Now, I want you to think about this. Let's go to the second part now of this exercise. What are the verbal cues that tell someone we're talking about a ratio? They're actual phrases, actual words. Athalia was actually telling us, she started out with something earlier, but there's more to it. Go ahead and talk amongst yourself, because I want you guys to write it down. Verbal cues. If I say a sentence, what words am I using in order for you guys to know I'm talking about ratios? And I'm going to copy Athalia. One of them starts with for every. There's at least 2 more. Andrew?
There are.
There are. I'm going to add this in there. Yes, Athalia?
Is 2.
2 is the next one. Yeah. That's the main one. There's another one that starts for. Laura?
For each.
Exactly, for each. You can also continue with the there are right there. Anytime you see these words or phrases, for every 2, which is obvious because it's another way of writing a ratio, isn't it? 5 to 2. Where do we see that a lot? It's right now, it's a sport that's being played during the summer. What's the score? How much did you lose by?
4 to 1, a lot.
There we go, 4 to 1. What were you going to say? What sports do you see that in?
Soccer.
Soccer. What else? What other sport?
Football.
Football. What other sport? Basketball. Aiden? Huh?
Karate.
Oh yeah, karate. You can do that. Benny? Volleyball. Andrew?
Baseball.
Baseball. Is there other sports that maybe I don't know about? What else?
Lacrosse.
Lacrosse. Wrestling. Jacqueline? Water polo. And why is it that we're comparing? Because what is it about those sports? Do you have at least 2 people competing against each other?
Yes.
If you're comparing or competing, is that a relationship? Can you bring a ratio from that?
Yes.
You can. Don't forget, what about this? Michael Jordan. He missed over 1,000 throws. But he made like 300. So for every 1,000 that he shot, he only made 300. So what would the ratio be? 300 to?
1,000.
Or 1-3. So those are the cues that someone is talking about a ratio. So let's look at this. Everyone look at the survey down here on the exploratory challenge. I don't have the survey up here, but look on your papers. And I need someone to read this out loud for me, please. Yes, sir.
Mrs. Jenkins is wondering where can she find the matches that are under what heading?
It'd be under lesson 2. Yeah, like right under lesson 2, it's right under there. Yeah, on the, is she using PowerPoint? Okay. All right, let me have, who would like to read it out loud? The exploratory challenge. A t-shirt manufacturing company, that sentence. All right, Eli, go ahead.
A t-shirt manufacturing company surveyed teenage girls on their favorite t-shirt color to guide the company's decision about how many of each color t-shirts they should design and manufacture. The results of this survey are shown here.
Okay. Number 1, I want you to do this. I want you to describe a ratio relationship in the context of the survey. Which table is 3 to 5? What are these talking about? If I say there's something in this table and the ratio is 3 to 5, what are they comparing? What are the two things they're comparing? Do you know the answer? Right. I want you guys to get class dojo points. I'm going to go ahead and choose this again. I'll be right there. Yes. Yeah, so use the words right here. For part 3, ladies and gentlemen, I want you guys to use the survey. What examples do you see from the survey? So, for example, let's look at this. The first part of the survey, it says, for every, highlight that, underline it, 7 white shirts they should manufacture 4 yellow t-shirts. The ratio of white shirts to number of yellow t-shirts should be, you guys should have had an answer. But the thing is, on the bottom part, I want you guys to fill it in. For every, and then you put the word to. I want you guys to find those key words. Yes. Yeah, you can do that too. Yeah, but this is the nice part. You can do that. Wait, just oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, so for number 3, I believe you can actually create your own ratio relationship. But then you need to highlight the words that you see. But what I want you guys to do is, for the first part, I want you guys to make sure you highlight the words right here, because you guys can see it. Somebody typed it very nicely for you. Back in New York. And California copied it. Yes? Yeah, so this is pretty much the same thing. Remember we did the other day? When you created your own yeah, and then once you finish that, you need to finish that part too. This part, right? So for this part, I want you guys to work on this part together. So what would the ratio be? For every 7 white t-shirts that manufactured, they should manufacture 4 yellow t-shirts. What would the ratio be?
7 to 5.
Why isn't it 4 to 7? They're saying it's literally writing the word 7 before, right? The number 7. What's 7 represent? What about 4 times? We have the yellow t-shirts, right? Okay, so we're going to write that answer down. Alright, once you're actually finished with exercise 2, go ahead and work on exercise 3. That's the same thing as yesterday. You guys pretty much, or Friday I should say. You're creating your own word problem. Oh no, there's no number 5. This is tomorrow. Okay, so this one just put attention for describe ratio relationship in the context of the survey. Which the ratio is 3 to 5. So what was the one that was 3 to 5? Okay, so right. Then you can write it 3 times. Ratio relationship. Context of the survey. What's the ratio of 3 to 5? Let's comparing orange to pink. What? What are we talking about? Just colors or exactly? Always learn how to use a test against itself and the words and phrases. Yes. It's not the same as for the grades. Can we just what? It's flipped. So you could use this, but you have to rephrase it now. Yeah. So what are you comparing on this one? So who are we going to talk about first? Okay. We can use that. Yes, Steve. Okay. I want you to read first. Just read that part to me. You know what that means, huh? What number is that? Thank you. Yes, yes, yes. So what does that mean then? 3 out of? 3, yeah. All right, let's go back and look at this exploratory challenge. If you're not done by exercise 3, that's okay. First off, let's look at this. Based on the survey, should the company order more pink fabric or more orange fabric? Natalia,
We should order more pink fabric
why do you say that?
because more girls want pink.
Does that say that in the survey?
Yeah.
Let's go back to the other page. Let's go to page 3. Look at the page 3. So they should order more pink or orange fabric. You said what?
Pink.
Pink? Are you sure about that? Look at the numbers. Look at that survey. How many girls voted for pink? Or people?
5.
How many for orange? But earlier I asked the question, orange to pink, what's the ratio of 3 to 5? So based on the survey, should the company order more pink fabric or more orange fabric? Pink. You were right. I was tricking you. They should order more pink because what do people want more? Right. It's almost like, here's a great example. Last year, for our end of the year party, picnic day we took a survey amongst the 6th graders. Jersey Mike's or Chick-fil-A. The vote was this. It was like 77 to 76. 77 voted for Chick-fil-A, 76 people voted for Jersey Mike's. But it was a Democratic vote, so what do you think we went with?
Chick-fil-A.
All because of the difference of how many people?
1.
Your vote matters. That's why it's important to survey people and to find out. So according to this, which fabric should they order more? Which one is the more demand? Pink. Correct. So what is the relationship? What is the ratio of number of bolts of pink fabric to number of bolts of orange fabric you think the company should order? Is it talking about bolts in here?
Yes. It's on page 4.
No, it's not talking about bolts. So ignore that question. Okay, what if somebody said 5 to 3 and another person said, or my friend said, it would be 3 to 5? Are those the same? Is the ratio of 3 to 5 the same as the ratio of 5 to 3? Caleb.
On page 4, it does talk about bolts.
Page 4 it does?
Yeah, on number 2.
Where does it say that, Caleb? Wait up, guys.
On number 2, on number 5, we have to find the ratio.
On page 4?
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. They should purchase 4 bolts of yellow fabric for every 3 bolts of orange fabric. The ratio of number of bolts of yellow fabric to number of bolts to orange fabric should be 4 to 3. Hey, well that's what we answered already. Okay. All right, let's go back to this. 3 to 5, is it the same thing as 5 to 3?
Yes.
Is it?
No.
When you say it?
No.
Why is it not, Eli?
No, it's not.
It's a good question. I agree with you. It's not the same thing. It's not saying the same thing. The way what? I feel like it's on the tip of your tongue. Like you want to just like throw it out. Just throw it out, man. Exactly, like that. Because the way there, oh my gosh, he's like, if I were to say what I want to say, you're like reading my mind slowly. Hey, I like his struggle. I like his struggle. He's struggling right now, ladies and gentlemen. The way there, okay? Dude, you are like, if we're playing the game of hot and cold, you'd be like so hot right now. Listen. Not like that. The way the sentences. Oops, I said too much. Wait, what? Wait, okay, go. Take all those little pieces of puzzle I just said out right now, and I want you to say it out loud. I'll phrase it. Say that entire phrase. The way the sentence is said. Does that make all the difference in the world?
Yes.
If I were to talk about, if I were to say we're comparing orange shirts to pink shirts, we know that how many would it? What number would it be used first? Orange. Then we would use what? But if I said we're comparing the number of pink shirts to,
Orange shirt.
does it make a difference in how I said it?
Yes. Yes.
Why? You give me that look like I don't know.
I kind of get it, because if you say that orange is first, then orange is first.
Right.
It should go first. And then you say pink last, and it should be last. It goes up first.
Have you guys ever made a pizza? Is there a specific order to make that pizza? Well, kind of. I mean, can I get the sauce, put it in the pan, and then put the cheese, and then put the dough on top? Could I do that? That'd be weird though, because that means that in the bottom, like that tomato sauce would get crusty and nasty, and like I'd mess everything up. Is there a specific order? Do I have to clearly read the directions and go in that order? Have you guys ever baked a cake or cupcakes? Okay, you bake something before, so what do? Do I just get the cake batter and then put it inside the oven and then take it out and then put the eggs and then mix all that after that? Do I do that? I have to. What do I have to do in order to make a good cake? Follow what? I have to read what the sentences are telling me. I have to follow the directions in step by step, don't I?
Yeah.
Same thing with this. I'm not teaching you guys just to read ratios because I'm teaching you guys how to follow directions. Because if not, you're going to have some really nasty tasting cake in the future. Or mac and cheese. How many of you guys would like, what if you never boiled the mac and cheese and you just got the mac, put the cheese powder on there? Would you eat it just like that?
No.
Yeah. No.
You would.
That's nasty. What if it's like in the middle of the night and you don't want to use like the microwave?
That's so weird.
But you need water. You can't just eat mac and cheese like all crunchy. You're waking people up. And that defeats the purpose, Andrew. You don't want to wake anybody up? You're chewing on hard mac and cheese. That means all that crunch in your mouth can wake everybody up at night. All right, last thing I want you guys to do is write a statement that describes the ratio relationship of this 3 to 5 ratio we've been talking about. Choose something else that's 3 to 5. Doesn't have to be orange and pink. Write another sentence. I'm going to choose 4 people to share out what they wrote. Has to be 3 to 5. Did I say 5 to 3?
No.
What does this sentence say? A relationship of?
3 to 5.
Okay, you guys got 2 minutes. Create and write something down, starting. No, write it on your, actually go ahead and write it on your desk. yeah, no, there's the first credit. No, that's the survey one. This next one, you're just creating one for yourself. Good? What do you got to compare?
So you're in the car, right? Oh my gosh, I got one so
All right, 3 people. All right, Andrew, you've been chosen again. All right, what's your sentence say?
For every 3 people that like pizza bagels, there are 5 people that don't like them.
Okay. Shane.
I haven't chosen it.
Huh?
I haven't thought of it.
Okay, that's okay. Michael.
For every 3 people with an Android device, 5 had an Apple device.
Oh. Okay. 2 more. Yvonne.
For every 3 people who gets tablet, have the
Okay. Good. Comparing people that like and don't like chocolate. Last one, Elisha.
For every 3, chocolate cookies, there are 5 oatmeal cookies.
Okay. Comparing cookies. Missy Fields cookies. The bomb. All right. Here's a lesson summary. Now, I were you guys, I would either take a picture of this or even write it in your math notebooks. That would actually be a good idea. I want you guys to write this in your math notebooks. What's in the ratio part? On your math notebooks, I want you to write lesson 2 summary, ratios. So you should get your math notebooks out, please.
Front and back of each page, like, just pick one.
Right, that'd be page 2. Exactly. So start page numbering pages.
Alright.
What will we do next? Yeah. So for this one, let's go ratio over here. But lesson summary, don't be too copy. Yes. Yeah, you can put it on the bottom. Lesson summary. All right, go ahead and I'm going to have Aaliyah read the first part.
Ratios can be written in groups.
2 to 3. 2 over 3. Right. And Nicholas, go ahead and read the next point. We described.
We describe ratio relationship with words such as 2 for each or every.
For every good. And lastly, Michael, go ahead and read the last point.
The ratio of 2 to 3 is not the same as the ratio of 3 to 2.
All right, thank you.